Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your weekly forecast from September 11th through the 17th. Big week, huge week. In fact, so huge that I'm going to record this weekly forecast, and then I'm going to record the new moon, and then I'm going to record one for the 7 planets in retrograde, because I think this is really important, and I think that people are forgetting that when this many planets are in retrograde, it's almost like time is stopped. So we don't need to freak out. That's one thing I want to say. Okay, so first, big week, we have the new moon in Virgo on the 14th. Unless you're somewhere outside of the United States, then it could be on the 15th, but we're just going to say a new moon Virgo on the 14th. Now, when we have a new moon, okay, it's because the moon and the sun are conjunct each other, which means that if we were to look up in the sky, we wouldn't be able to see the moon. Remember, we can only see the moon based on where the sun is. When they're opposite one another, that's why we can see the moon. When they're conjunct each other, we can't see her. Okay, so new moon is a great time to set intentions. It's a great time to be quiet. It's a great time to go inward, always across the board. Always, always, always. Now, where the new moon is this time around is in Virgo, which is all about planning, healing, being in a place of inquiry about your health, where you're going in life. So new moon in Virgo is a great, great, great time to set intentions. I'm going to do a whole recording on that. Now, the moon and the sun are both opposite Neptune. When Neptune comes into play, this is like, if the new moon's in Virgo, we're talking about practicality. What are your intentions? What are you doing? What are your plans day to day? What are your long-term plans, right? Where Neptune is like, don't forget to dream. This is about divine timing. Don't forget, divine timing matters too, right? And the other thing about Neptune is that Neptune also creates illusion. So Neptune's like that slippery slope, right? Neptune is about illusion, delusion, fantasy, dreams, imagination, right? So again, you get to choose how you're going to interpret this. It's big, big week. Okay. The moon and the sun are also trine to Uranus. Now, Uranus is about change. Uranus is about liberation. Uranus is about higher mind. A trine is a positive aspect. So when we're talking about the new moon trining Uranus, this is about allowing yourself to think bigger, to let go of patterns. Again, however it lands with you, that's the way it's supposed to land with you. So don't try to, well, that's not what I want to say. Try to apply it to whatever's going on in your life and where you want to go. Okay. So does that mean you need to call in some higher inspiration, or does that mean you need to let go of some things, or is it a little bit of both? That's kind of how that works. What else we got? Moon and the sun will trine Pluto. Empowerment, transformation, rebirth, right? Pluto's a little bugger. Pluto is like this little teeny tiny planet in comparison to all the other ones. And it is like a power pact. And that little guy has been in Capricorn since 2008, dipped out of Capricorn, which was great. And now is back in Capricorn. So look to see what planets you have in Capricorn that Pluto is caressing or has been caressing, and what house it's in. And that's how you're going to know where you're rebirthing, what's going on for you, what big changes are happening, that sort of thing. And most likely it may have something to do with career just because it's in Capricorn. Jupiter conjunct Uranus. Okay, so Jupiter and Uranus are coming super, super close to each other. Jupiter's going to expand everything. Uranus is going to liberate you. So this is a really fortunate transit. This is a desire to move forward, right? This is about optimism, having optimism. Now, I know that's hard. I've been talking to some of you. I cannot even believe how many people are reaching out for chart readings. They're like, what's going on? But I just need to remind you, everybody, that you are this teeny tiny itty bitty speck of dust in a huge solar system of even a huger universe. And your itty bitty problems, even though they're big, are potentially big, okay, are part of a bigger plan that you know nothing about. You may know nothing about it. It's way out there in the ether. Okay. So stay optimistic. Oh my God. I know sometimes it's hard. I know. Trust me. Sometimes it's like, I am not going to spiritually bypass this thing that's happening. However, give it, whatever it is, time to feel it. And then after 90 seconds of feeling it, change it. Give it 90 seconds. And then go, oh, okay, I got to find some optimism here. Just find it. Find it. I've taken on a daily gratitude practice, and it has helped me so much. So much. Anyways, I'll save that for a podcast. Mercury also stations direct, which is amazing. Yay. But remember, just because Mercury stations direct, in fact, it stations direct right after the new moon. It stations direct, which means it stands still. It's going to stand still at 8 degrees. 8 degrees, 8 is the number of infinity, abundance, right? So this is really fortunate. And then it'll start to move forward. So it's going to be in its shadow stage for a little while longer. So things are going to shift. Just remember, speck of dust, speck of dust. You're itty bitty. We're all itty bitty. And then Venus is going to square Jupiter toward the end of the week, which is, again, more optimism, financial abundance, friendships. But here's one thing with Jupiter. Jupiter expands, but Jupiter also exaggerates. So, and when we're talking about Venus, we're talking about money, beautifying, abundance, love, relationships, right? Don't overdo, don't overspend, don't overindulge, but give yourself a little bit of loving. All right, that's all I got. If you want your chart read, please reach out to me at danademara.com. It is a beautiful time to get your chart read. Beautiful time, beautiful time. Always a good time. At least once a year, get your chart read so that you can see what's coming up for you in the following year. And if you don't want your chart read, but you want more info about astrology, just go to myastrocast.com, put in your little email, and you'll get some emails just to give you a little sample of like, what does a house mean? What does that mean? What does it mean when these planets do this? What does this planet mean? Just little snippets. It'll help you to understand it a little bit. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful week. Namaste.